Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week here of Heart Attacks as we had technical difficulties right before live. But once again, for another week here, Right Time ARCA series, ready to take action at the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. 195, I do believe, of course, as always, Tyler Jones and Josh, the expert, Franks. How are we feeling about this race here tonight at Dover, boss?
Well, I mean, it's going to be, this track isn't necessarily considered a short track, but it's going to be driven similar to that in this instance. You talk about Dover, it's a concrete track. It's going to be rough on the tires. It's going to be rough on these drivers who are going to be trying to manage a whole set of obstacles here tonight. And it's all going to start with trying to tackle the Monster Mile, and that's going to be the key goal for all these guys tonight here in the Right Time ARCA Series. Of course, though, partner, if anybody's going to be able to do it, we have a whole host of talented drivers getting ready, getting set to be able to tackle this racetrack here in Dover, Delaware. And partner, I know for a fact that, one of these guys, of course, they're going to go out there and win it. But I know for a fact we have a field full of hungry drivers looking to tackle Miles the Monster.
Hungry isn't even the word. There's a lot of drivers still yet to claim their first victory here of the year, wanting to do it tonight. Will that night be that for them? A new challenge and a new record book, a new record in the books. 24 drivers here tonight. So let's go ahead and throw this grid on your screen. Go ahead and split the grids up 12 and 12 apiece. The first car in the lead position, the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt for Ghost Motorsports. In second is the 82 of DJ Norris. Third place, the 46 of Brad Miner. In fifth, we have the 51 of Brock Piper. Sitting in sixth place, the 35 of Matt Banky. Seventh, we have the 23 of John Marino. Eighth place, the 2-car David Callahan. Ninth place is the 8 of Thaddeus Friel Jr. 10th, the 78 of Aaron Wright. In 11th place, we have the 24 of Peyton Bass. And in 12th, we have Logan Murray.
Yeah, and then 13th, Cooper Liardi. 14th, Blake Shiro. 15th, Chad Strelo. 16th, Matt Worrell, and the rest of the field we will get to you later as we are green here at Dover with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation here. And right here, stage one, it's going to be 50 laps here, stage one. These guys already spreading out. One thing that's going to be interesting is that quick uprise out of turn number 2 and turn number 4. That's going to put these guys up against that outside wall. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys manage that tire wear and how many guys are going to collect that outside wall. It's very difficult to keep it off at T-Bone.
Outside wall is going to be a problem the later this race gets. Of course, those tires are going to burn after a good amount of time. That's something we're going to have to take into consideration here as the driving slowly gets green. Now, lap 3 officially starting at this point in time, only going to get either better for most of these drivers or worse for the rest. Time will tell the deciding factor on who will be the most dominant car in just a few laps. Of course, Tower was a little bit mistaken. No stages here for the Right Time ARCA Series. Pure endurance sprint, 191 laps straight, unless there is a caution or green flag pit stops. Burke, I see you in the chat. Appreciate you with the 100 bits. Dono here on Twitch.
I was about to say I was kind of confused, but I wasn't going to question it. But we're going to keep rolling here. Right now, Honeycutt leading this field, and it's a wild one out back as right now some of our biggest climbers looking at right there in 7th. You got Murray in 9th climbing up through the field. Worrell and Shrelu in all contact with the outside wall back there in the rear of the pack. Not sure exactly who that is. I believe that was Warhol that got contact, as well as another vehicle behind him. But those guys all getting all bent out of shape, near 3 wide, battling back there for P11 as all these guys continue to battle it out. I'm going to go ahead and say we got the battle right here. P3 up front. Those guys going back and forth with each other. That outside line becoming the best friend of Matt Beakey right there in P3. That 35 machine up in that top 3. And currently he is third. He started 6, up 3 spots now inside the top 3, passing Minor that time around. Right now, your leader still going to be Honeycutt, as Norris about 0.2 of a second behind him. He has maintained that gap, not gaining, but not really losing much either. Actually, scratch that, as I say, he loses about 0.5 tenth there to almost a full second, as it seems Honeycutt is getting into his rhythm.
Slowly but surely, Honeycutt here. We've heard he is a pretty dominant driver at these short tracks. Still has yet to take a regular season win for himself. Looking to try to do it now, as he is in the lead at this point in time. Still holding the lead very strong. Gonna have to pay attention to see exactly how long this will last him. Getting a
Let's go ahead while we're looking at this. We're at lap 11 of 191. Let's go ahead, take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We are not going to be skipping away from any action, though. Let's head to ARN side by side.
NASCAR Cup teams. We got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and 3-time Daytona winner Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Hendrick.
Summer is here and you've got places to go.
She's headed to a golf tournament.
This one's headed to the beach.
And he's headed to a music festival.
And they know every good road trip starts right here.
At Hendrick Automotive Group.
We'll check your battery, tire pressure, top off your fluids,
Check your cooling system.
And do a multi-point inspection.
extending the life of your vehicle.
And keeping you safe
Anywhere you want to go.
For free.
Just make sure you're road ready. All good road trips start here.
Book your road ready appointment today at hendrickcars.com.
Last year, Ram killed the Hemi V8, and people had opinions. The same people that killed the Hemi sent me out here with these comments. That's not happening. We own it, we got it wrong, and we're fixing it. You hear that? That's our Hemi, and it's saying, I'm back.
Did he say what I think he said? That thing's not a Hemi!
Hell yeah, it does.
You want more? Buckle up. Ram's coming back to NASCAR.
Let's go. We're back in America's motorsport. The Hemi's back, and we ain't going anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that restart there. Unfortunate situations. Little bit of a messy transmission. Wanted to make sure we had the best transmission for you. Back, green flag racing this time by Donnie Honeycutt still in the lead and intends to keep that lead as he is not letting anybody else get around. Brad Miner, his teammate, just behind, sitting in second place right now. All 23 laps are led by the man himself. 78 in the wall there.
That got a little risky there, buddy.
That was a little close, I will say that.
Oh Lord, that I'm telling you right now, that came close. I saw all those guys on the apron and I thought we were about to get a, but no, it all worked out. I was waiting for it, and that wall came up quick too for that 78.
Wall shot up, to be honest. It's,
Exactly.
It's like we said what was going to happen. Most likely these cars are either going to get loose for some or they're going to get tighter for others, and I feel like we're already seeing a little bit of this tight strategy come into play already. A lot of cars sliding up the track. 78 taps that outside wall once again, able to maintain it again, but it's only going to last for so long before it becomes an initial problem for the rest of this race. See the 78 going into pits this time by back to your leader. Going through your top 10 right now on the left side of your tower, separated by that white line. In first place, we have the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt. Sitting just behind him is his teammate, the 46, Brad Miner. Just behind them, few seconds back, about a second now, is the 82 of DJ Norris. 2 seconds back from the leader in fourth place, the 51 of Brock Piper, followed by the 92 of Omar Rodriguez Jr. just far behind, not too far, behind him. In sixth place sitting right now, the 04 of Logan Murray, 79 of Matthew Warhol. Eighth place, the 35 of Matt Banky. Ninth place is the 27 of Gary Wright. Rounding out your top 10, last week's winner, the 2 car of DCR, David Callahan.
Oh, big wreck.
Bad time to say David Callahan's name, apparently, because right time, wrong place.
Did you just commentator curse? Come on now.
No
man.
pun intended on the right time, wrong place, but it worked. But still, right time, wrong place. Let's go ahead and throw it back here. We already know who was involved in that caution, that being the 2 of David Callahan. Trying to find his camera view. There we go. .35 of Banky spins around, connects that left front of David Callahan as he dances MJ style, moonwalking on 2 tires there. 33 of Shero as well gets into that wall. It's an unfortunate situation. I'd like to see the inside cam. Let's go the roll bar cam for David Callahan on this wreck. Motion sickness, anyone?
I say, I hope you brought the pills.
Definitely knew them after that. Now you see a lot of the cars from 9th and back go into pits. Almost everybody from 9th and back is in pits right now. Honeycutt, Miner, Norris, Piper, Warhol, Friel, Liardi, Laurent all stay out this time by. Gotta wonder if that's a good decision for them. The top 5 have still not yet to pit. Still very early. Only 30 laps so far have been completed. So really not a need for those top 5 to really pit if there is nothing wrong or going on with the cars. Now, getting a report from our race control earlier on for lap 19 that 07 got into the wall off turn 2. 48 had nowhere to go and spun trying to avoid that 07. You saw that wreck earlier on in the backhand of the screen. No penalty was given at that point in time for either of those drivers. Now wondering what's going to happen here with those 2 or 3 cars that were involved in that wreck that time by.
Well, let's see. I mean, Honeycutt's dominated this entire race so far, but partner, I gotta ask, if just by happen chance, and I'm just asking,
Oh, God.
just by a happen chance, it's not Donnie Honeycutt getting the win, who is your prediction right now?
Well, going through, we've had David Callahan in the 2. Unfortunate situation for him right there. He is last week's winner, so he is really the guy that everybody would normally look for to take that momentum from last week, bring it into this week, and keep going forward. I personally would like to see another David Callahan win before the end of this season, but someone that has been hot the last few races that we have not seen much of this season, I would say big competition for that 46 of Brad Minor just behind his teammate.
I like that. But for me personally, there's been a guy that's been sneakily fast over the past little while, and we talked about him being in the top 3 earlier. And in all honesty, I think give it up to Norris and see if Norris can't possibly get a win.
I could see that as well. Norris has really been cutting his way through the field for the remainder of this season. Not only has he had some disadvantages and some unfortune, but the last few weeks he has found himself in a better position on finishing position. Obviously now sitting in second, he's passed Brad Minor to get that position, now hawking down the 22. So I mean, very good call. Two of our picks sitting in the top 3 currently at lap 34, but there is still a lot of racing to go.
Oh, absolutely. A long way to go in this one, partner.
Now, looking at our tower, highest movers update right now in the top 10, the 79 of Warall. The highest mover of the night, I do believe, was at 12 spots, back to 11, now back up to 12. Second highest mover of the night, tied for him right now, the 27 of Gary Wright, sitting just outside that top 10 in P11. Now, I do want to see best times submitted so far as we have another caution on the track. We will get back to those best times.
I was about to say, where did this one come from? I didn't see anything on track. Did you?
So on my monitor, it's not directly showing who was involved in that caution, but it does show the yellow flag is thrown. So let's see if we can get it here. Somewhere in the blimp cam. That's a bad cam. See if we can get it on our TV cameras.
There you go, that 07 spinning back there.
Oh, I saw it in the backhand. Go ahead and roll it back just a little bit earlier. See if we can get a good view. Jeez. 07 destroyed himself. That inside wall, accidentally, of course, doesn't seem to be a purposeful situation. But once again, probably getting into the throttle just a little bit too early, causing these cars to spin out. Now, haven't seen many spin outs to the inside wall. We've seen a lot of slide ups from just possibly a bad apex to that outside wall. I believe that is our first spin to the inside of the night that caused the caution.
I believe it is, and partner, the question is gonna going to end up being, you know, do these drivers, when it comes to these multiple cautions, do these drivers decide to take a risky swing at strategy here and try to change it up? Or what's going to be the idea for some of these guys, knowing that we've had these cautions in a short time frame that's really affected the long-term strategy?
So, me personally, if I was a driver in that seat, I would, if you were in that top situation, not in a wreck yet, I would just run your race. I wouldn't get too worried about the nitty-gritty of the pit cycles right now and the whole situation of having to deal with the tires. It's still pretty early, 37 laps right now. I believe everybody has pitted except for our top 4 still. So we have Honeycutt, Norris, Minor, and the 51 of Brock Piper, who are still yet to go in pits. And personally, I don't really think they have a reason to. They're pretty fast cars. They're having really good restarts. If you're now looking back to the back of the pack, if you're in that mid-pack where some of these cautions are happening to that rear of the pack, obviously if you have had to go in for damage, you have to change your strategy now. If there is some damage at this point in time that is unrepairable, it's really going to mess the end of your race up. So a lot of strategy most likely will be changing for that back end of that pack, including David Callahan, that was just in an accident, the 78 of Aaron Wright, that's in the back right now, the 48 of Jeffrey Bourne, who was involved in an accident earlier. I feel like some of those strategies are currently under a new development. Now,
Right
third
now,
time.
the pace car, that's what I was about to say. Pace car pulling off. These guys going to get set to go once again here.
Green flag waved in the air once again, third time of the night. 22 of Donnie Honeycutt still in the lead, holds that lead strong, goes from the outside line down to the inside with a lot of clearance. At least a car length behind him at this point in time. 46 of Brad Minor, teammate, closing that gap down now. 82 of Norris, trying to get that second position back. It's where he started this race tonight. Wants to finish in first, of course. If you don't finish first, you finish last. Still has a tremendous amount of laps to do it, as we are barely near halfway point. Still sitting pretty comfortable here. You're already seeing a decent distance between these at least top 8 drivers, I believe. They're already forming their own singular pack.
And the separation, at the end of the day, the separation is going to help one person, and that's that leader. That's the less guys he's got to worry about that he's competing with in terms of strategy, in terms of time on track. And as this run goes on, more and more people are going to drop from that pack. Like Murray is going to drop from that pack eventually. Callahan will probably follow suit. You know, it'll eventually get to where this pack gets spread out fully, and you maybe will have a pack of about 3 cars. But eventually, as this run goes on, these guys will continue to fall off one by one just because of how much dirty air is going to be attacking the nose of these guys.
So now, word from our race control in the booth on the front stretch. For lap 29, obviously the 35 got into that wall off turn 2. 27 and the 2 of David Callahan, as you saw, were collected. No penalty issued at that point in time for that lap 36 incident. As you saw, the 79 got into that wall off of turn 2. The 07 checked up and tried to stay out of the way, moved to that from that top lane into the middle. He could not see that 79, all of those cars involved in that wreck. 07 got wrecked out that time as well. No penalties given for that race either. So a lot of racing incidences due to the tire wear. Of course, Track Temps possibly having a situation to that. We could throw that on your screen right now, bottom right-hand corner. Track Temps are showing 66 degrees right now, 73% humidity. That is a lot of moisture in the air. Rubber buildup on the tracks, still not 100% yet, as we are now just hitting a quarter-way mark of 191 laps. Still rolling with the blimp cam at this point in time, taking it back down to our TV cameras around the track. Donnie Honeycutt still holds the lead. Top 5 position. Oh, there's a car on its head. There's a car on the roof.
What? And there's more than a car on the roof. There's a parking lot on the back straightaway.
35 Matt Banky right now, unfortunately upside down in that car. Looking at the asphalt, now has to get the tow truck out.
Yeah, and I think his teammate Brianna Laurent was also involved in that one. I saw both of them involved. Not sure who else was involved in that. Couldn't get a full view on numbers, but yeah, Matt Bianchi not having a good day. It's been a little upside down for him.
What a horribly timed joke.
Right, I got to just because.
Right here on your screen, the live replay of what happened there. 42, Mickey Stewart on the bottom line there. 35 goes down, seems to get caught probably on that left rear. No, got around cleanly.
Oh, it's ahead of him.
Yeah, it's ahead of him. So the 4 car got spun around. What looks to be the 27, if I'm not mistaken, and just got creamed. The 23, excuse me. Let's go ahead and back that up and see what happened with the 4 car of Sterlo.
Well, hold on. Let's keep it going here because this wreck's not over. Bianchi in the rough spot there, but luckily enough, I think Laurent was able to check it out. But yeah, let's go and take a look at the 4 and 23 back there.
Four got a little bit too high on the 23, John Marino, and got spun out towards that wall. Minimal damage on Marino's car. Still going to have some front aero damage, possibly a little bit of a tick to the radiator. It's going to cause some situations for him, but the 35 of Banky getting it the worst as that man on his hood, now in pits with the tow. Probably going to be in there for a while, you got to think. I mean, everybody's already been in pits and has been out. Now Banky's still sitting in there for roughly a minute at this point in time.
Yeah, and in all honesty, if I'm him, you know, I'd probably be flipping out. I'm sorry. That was,
good God.
I'm making it appropriate. Yeah.
Good God. Dude misses 1 week, comes back stronger than I've ever seen. Good God. Well, folks, I guess we're going to have jokes for you all night. One thing we hopefully won't have is any more kickflips.
Call him Tony Hawk. You know how it is.
Well, right now, the 35 of Banky proved his car is not DQ serve ready, because it definitely was not good enough to serve to a customer upside down. Now finds himself in the pits. 92 of Omar Rodriguez in the lead.
Look, I mean, he may not be like DQ ready or whatnot, but I guarantee that car looked like it had been through a blizzard.
Good God.
Now, you keep lobbing them up. I'm gonna take it.
Oh!
Whoa!
New
Somebody
leader first time tonight.
Somebody light the fire. Rodriguez almost caused him and Callahan to go meet the wall right there.
That was almost a huge problem going into that first lap. Now the 292 fighting it out. Callahan going to overtake the 92 for the first position. Barely had enough room to get in there. Now does. That's going to put the 79.
That was with a little nose chop to Worrell right there, because Worrell caught that outside wall, and now he's got a Honeycutt up his windpipe. As look at this.
Good save.
Honeycutt he's gonna dive down to the bottom. He's going after that 33.
That was a very good save there. I'll quote that. No one caught that, but I did. Good save. Worrell losing a lot of time now, already falling back into 5th place, fighting with the 8-car of Friel Jr. But look at the front of the pack. David Callahan now trying to pull away, and it's just him and the 92 with not many cars around.
Yeah, David Callahan, you talked about being last week's winner where he's sitting in P1, a good recovery after being involved in an earlier incident, and that number 2 not giving an inch, not, really putting himself in a bad position, as right now he has Rodriguez separating him and Honeycutt, and David Callahan's just going to try to hold on to this lead for as long as he can. We're about a quarter way through this race, a little more than that, but still a good pace being set by these guys, looking to carry on a green flag run for them as we continue on here. Going to be coming to lap 57 this time by.
Now we're gonna have this change in camera views a little bit. Get everybody some screen time right here. Following the 51 of Brock Piper in 6th place right now, in the midst of the pack that was immediately separated between the first 2 laps back under green. Bout finds himself in a good position right now, but not in a decent enough position to be comfortable at this stage of the race. Now a lot of these drivers in this position have some heat behind them. 82 of Norris qualified in 2nd. He's in 5th place on your screen, just behind that 79 we're following, Matt Worrell. A lot of new faces within this top 10 though. Worrell sitting in 5th as Norris passes now for 4th. 51 of Brock Piper, as we spoke about, in 6th place. Thaddeus Friel in 7th. You have Logan Murray in the 04 in 8th. Cooper Liardi, the 07, now in 9th place, rounding out your top 10, Brad Miner. And Callahan putting a good gap on Rodriguez, but look who's knocking on the door. '22, Donnie Honeycutt, wanting to get the race back for himself in the lead position. Finds himself in 2nd place right now, fighting Callahan. He has led 49 laps of 61 as he overtakes Callahan on the inside comfortably and successfully. Callahan only leading 10 laps of this race so far on the night. 22 gets around the 2 and is now back in the lead.
And you talked about Honeycutt back in the lead. Well, right now, the question is, who's going to be able to get up there and compete with him? In all honesty, Tyler, I don't think we've seen somebody be able to rival his lap time so far this race, at least not consistently.
Now, lap times on the tower on the left-hand side, on the right side of their names on your screen at this point in time. Callahan just putting up a little bit of a faster time than Honeycutt that last time by the line. We're going to have to pay attention to see if that's going to be consistent. Of course, Callahan is in his draft right now. That will make a difference. Top 3 pretty close to each other. I'd say thousandths of a second off, hundredths of a second off each other. But looking back from 4th down, they're a little bit out of pace to be in P1.
We're about to see here, remeasure the lap times. Let's see what we get this time around. And lap time's not updating. Oh, well.
Lap times are not wanting to update.
That's like your SDK earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on best time, not last time. Makes sense why they're not rivaling each other, because they're not moving. Last time for Donnie Honeycutt right now, 23.555. Two-car David Callahan hitting with a 23.709. Actually, DJ Norris had a better time than our second-place sitter right now and our first-place driver at this point in time. Big difference there. Lap times updated that time, and Honeycutt has the fastest time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. The consistency of that 22 car has not been able to be rivaled so far in today's race, and at points sometimes throughout the season. And it's really shocking to see that 22 not have a win yet so far in the Right Time Market Series.
And of course,
I pay attention here. Near 3 wide. 3 wide move going into 3. Look at the 51. Shoot the gap. Piper out of nowhere to pass Norris and Callahan for second.
fast car.
Yeah, fast car and carrying boulders. Go ahead and give them the freaking air horn. Jesus Christ, I can't even get it to work. Getting so excited over here, I'm losing it. What a move.
Now, one thing I would like to note right now, when we get that close-up cam in those banks, look at the rubber on that high line. Rubber building up a lot on that top line. You got to wonder if that's going to be a better line as these tires wear out. Obviously, tires wearing out pretty decently right now. Rubber on the field all over. A lot more in 3 and 4. You see it right there on the flyby on your screen. So you've got to wonder, is this high line going to be used a little bit more the longer this race goes on, or if these guys going to stay comfortable and consistent with this low to midline hybrid?
I think the low to midline hybrid is going to work out well because even though you're building up a lot of rubber on that high side, there's a lot of pellets, there's a lot of debris up there, and I guarantee you that it's going to make the cars get a lot more looser and is going to contribute to more tire wear even as the race goes on. So maybe it could be a short term at the end of the race option possibly, but I would not use it as a consistent long-term option during a run.
Now about 23 more laps separates us to our half-time mark, or half-race mark. 191 laps here tonight. Great race so far. Minor incidences, of course, all racing incidences at this point in time for Right Time Market Series is Tunnel to Towers Foundation 191. Now look at midfield right now. Following David Callahan in 5th place. He's falling back pretty hard right now. Got to wonder if he's worn those tires out just a little bit too much and has now put himself in a situation that he's just going to slowly have to dig himself on just by being a little bit more conservative on those tires. Excuse me. Going to your leader, Donnie Honeycutt is a ways away from the 51 of Brock Piper, now sitting in 2nd place. 2 seconds roughly separate 1st and 2nd place. DJ Norris in 3rd. Omar and David Callahan 4th and 5th, rounding out your top 5. Logan Murray in the 04 sitting just outside. Matthew Worrell sitting in 7th place right now with Brad Minor, the 46, just behind, fighting for that position. Rounding out your top 10 in 9th is Thaddeus Friel Jr. in the 8. And in 10th place is Chad Sturlo. Just outside of your top 10 right now is the 07 of Cooper Liardi. 23 of John Marino. 6 car just behind of Brianna Laurent. In 14th, we have the 78 of Aaron Wright leading a 3-car pack. Gary Wright is in 15th, 2 laps down. Lap down car started the 14th position. Jeffrey Bourne also 2 laps down, sitting in 16th place. This point in time, I believe 3 laps down is the 71 of Nulf. Then you have Mickey Stewart in the back at 9 laps down at this point in time. 33 in 19th place of Blake Sherrow. Also a few laps down. In 20th, DK Blizzard Boy, Matt Banky, already out for the night with that wreck, unable to repair any of that damage. And it's unfortunate because his night ended pretty early here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the one positive I take away from that is he, at least he was able to get some of the fly miles from his teammate. Too soon?
He definitely got fly miles. Definitely got fly miles.
I was about to say, I mean, that whole team just needs to be sponsored by like a airline or something.
They really need it, to be honest. They really do.
It's just by happenstance at this point.
Now, lap 82 out of 191. Halfway mark is at lap 95 and a half. So we are just getting to that point where it is almost make or break time for the rest of this race. But as this race ticks on, we are going to go to a quick side-by-side, non-stop action commercial break, and we will be right back.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Welcome back from a quick commercial break there. Lap 94. Commercial brought us just to the halfway point of the race. At this point in time, Donnie Honeycutt still in the lead and has been in the lead for a good amount of laps right now. Lap counter on the screen. 83 laps led by the man from Ghost Motorsports. Still searching for his first regular season victory, and it might come here tonight. But of course, before we go any farther, we've got to throw a shout out to our new sponsor, that being VMT Collectibles. VMT Collectibles is your pit stop for premium collectibles. They specialize in authentic 1/18th and 1/24th and 1/64th scale die-cast cars from top brands like NASCAR, NHRA, Hot Wheels, ERTL, GMP, and Auto World. From rare chase pieces to limited edition releases, but they are more than just die-cast. You could explore their curated selection of retro video games, action figures, and hard-to-find collectibles that fuel nostalgia and passion. They do go live on Whatnot and do actively have a Facebook page. I will be currently dropping the links into the chat if anybody is interested at getting your own die-cast. You can go ahead and check them out. Facebook link in the Twitch chat at this point in time, and I will be dropping the link for their Whatnot page. Go check them out. Tell them that Right Time sent you if you do place an order, and I bet you they'll look out for you. But VMT will be here to stay for the rest of this season.
Right now, partner, looking at the active running order, let's go ahead and give a run through our top 10 right now. Honeycutt, still your leader. Norris going to be following behind him. You have Piper, Miller, Murray, your current top 5. Right now, a battle for 6th place. It's between, let's see, my screen's a little bit blurry at the moment, but right now it's going to be a battle between Chad Strelo right there, and right behind him, a driver giving him a run for his money right now in P7, and actually everything is starting to get mixed up on my timing side. My bad. Yep, we're in pit cycles right now. Having some difficulties, but we're also having pit cycles, and I'm just noticing everybody going down pit road.
Few guys in pit road right now. John Marino, Cooper Liardi, 7th and 8th place in pits. This point in time, the 92 of Omar Rodriguez Jr. actively in pits as well. We've had David Callahan go in at lap 97 alongside the 79 of Matthew Warhol. Lap 91, we had Aaron Wright go into pits. And that is the only few drivers in the 90s to go in pits, just outside of lap 90. At 89 was the 6 car Brianna Laurent go into pits. Max, no, I'm sorry, looking at the wrong name. Now, your top, believe 7 cars have still yet to pit from lap 49.
BYOB.
Looking right now, Honeycutt getting a little bit of clean air. 92, Omar. He is not fighting for position right now. Omar fighting for his lap back. He's sitting in 11th place right now. Gets around the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt. Brock Piper a whopping 5 seconds back from your leader at this point. Every car around him is a lapped vehicle. .109 out of 191 at this point in time. Top 10 still have not changed much, but everybody up to 6th place trapped. 2 laps down at a minimum. 24 of Bass already out for the night. 15 of Gary Miller out as well. 6 car of Brianna Laurent. 35 of Banky. And now the 07 of Cooper Liardi joins them out for the night as well. Tough situation so far. We've already seen a lot of cars have to retire back to the garages due to most likely damage or just a lack of comfortability behind the wheel, not wanting to end somebody else's night, so choosing to end their own early.
Well, I mean, I was about to say Miles the Monster collected a few guys tonight. I'm just saying. He added them to the correct collection. It's not. I mean, it's the truth.
No, it's the truth, and unfortunately, it's probably not the end of it either, as there's probably still going to be a little bit more difficulty from some drivers the later this race goes on. Now pit cycles for the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt. That is going to have Honeycutt fall down all the way to 4th place. Chad Sturlo is now in the 1st place position. First time here tonight for him. Goes into pits this time as well, most likely in a few laps. We're just going to have to pay attention to that 4 car and see what he does.
Well, taking his time, definitely. He's just saving what he's got. Yeah, you got to think maybe he's playing for some type of long game. I'm not sure what the idea is here, but here he comes down pit road.
I mean, could be viewed as a wise decision from him, but at the same time, it could be a non-beneficial situation for the fact that he had put himself at a not I wouldn't say the worst spot to be in, but not the best spot, because now, yes, he has went around the track. Yes, he did put a decent amount of guys in a worse off position than him, but he is going to fall a lot farther now that a lot of these guys have pitted. Already in 8th place, now stuck at 8th place. If he gets lapped, he will join the lap club in 8th place, 1 lap down. Donnie Honeycutt now is passing him. He will not beat him out of the pits. Now goes into that lapped club. Of course, this is not the only pit cycle we are going to see tonight. We are going to have at least 1 to 2 more cycles, so he will possibly be able to get that lap back. Of course, if a caution comes out, that lap is immediately going to be given back to him. So he hasn't set himself up for failure, but I can't say he's 100% set him up for success either.
Well, the question is going to be, as strategy plays out, we have about closing in on about 70 to 60 laps to go around that time frame. What are you looking at fuel rise for these guys? Are they going to be able to make it to the end? Or if not, how many more pit stops do we have?
I feel like the pit cycles are not going to be able to make it all the way to the end off of what we're seeing now. Personally, I truthfully feel like they're going to have to pit at least 1 to 2 more times. Might be one for gas, one for tires, but depending on the driving, I mean, we've seen a lot of these drivers make it to lap 91 without having to pit at all. So, of course, with that caution, some of them went down just for a gas and go, not really having to do any extra, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a bit of a situation that is going to kind of slowly have to be monitored over time. Of course, we're not going to be able to tell that right away until we get down to the nitty-gritty, as we don't have an exact eye on their tanks. Right now, Honeycutt's still in a world of his own. He is in the first position still and has been holding that comfortably for a while. Roughly started in first, still in first, but has led 106 laps out of 121. That is a big differential over the rest of the field we have here tonight. David Callahan now sitting in second place, but is almost 6 seconds back from our leader at this point in time. Still on the lead lap. Everybody up to 7th on lead lap as well. 51 of Brock Piper in third at this point in time. 82 of DJ Norris just behind him in fourth. They are roughly 7 to 8 seconds back from the leader. Ghost Motorsports' very own Brad Miner in the 46 is sitting comfortably in fifth right now, 12 seconds back from his teammate of Donnie Honeycutt. The 04 of Logan Murray just behind Miner in 6th place. Same time distance, about 13 seconds in total from the leader's bumper. 7th place, last car on lead lap at this point in time, 14 seconds back from the 22. That is a 79 of Matthew Worrall, who has been trying his damnedest to get that car to rotate when he needs it and get that speed to put himself in that top 5 position.
Well, right now we're past halfway in. Look, one guy so far has dominated this race, let's be honest. But with less than 70 laps to go now, you're going to be looking at, guys that could possibly be making their way through the field, guys that could possibly challenge. If we get a caution out within the next 30 or so laps, I would not be surprised. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. I would not be surprised if we're looking at short run speed. That 51 has been showing me something.
Piper been comfortably holding on as good as he can. Could be the underdog to come out in top tonight. Gained only 3 positions at this point in time, but he has really not wavered off of that. (51-82) side by side, fighting for second place. Norris is going to be able to edge out. Piper gets it back on that straightaway, but Norris has that draft from the 2 lapped cars in front. That being, I believe, the 23 and the 78. Marino right now in front with Aaron Wright as well. They're sitting 12th and 13th respectively. Few laps down. Both drivers 3 laps down now. 51 still comfortably sitting just in front of the 82 for second place. They are still 7.3 seconds back from the leader, though.
Let's see right here that the battle that is going on right now. You gotta love the battle for P2. I just want to say they're close, about 0.4 of a second from each other. You gotta love this battle right here. And I mean, in all honesty, Piper, even though he is trying to pull away, don't sleep on Norris to get back into this. Like to run him down and get back into this. I mean, the time gap's there, and he definitely has the speed to do so. It's just going to be a question on who is going to conserve their tires the most as we hit under 60 laps to go coming around next time by.
And it's getting to a good point of racing now. 132 laps completed at the leader. 22 of Donnie Honeycutt, who is in a world of his own. 7.7 seconds back from the second and third place fighting right now. 51 of Piper, 82 of Norris. Still confidently driving this race, looking for a win. Callahan now just behind this three-car pack, slowly catching back up to that second and third position drivers. Got to wonder what lap he should and will be able to catch up to them to start fighting for that third spot position. Now looking, Honeycutt still having to maneuver lap traffic. Probably a wise idea there, using the draft of Omar Rodriguez Jr. for a bit, letting him save just a little bit of gas, not too much, but any little bit counts, especially in this race. Now looking to hold that position, putting more lap traffic in front of his competitors in second and third. A little bit of a contact to the wall there from the 33. Able to maintain it. 33 of Blake Sherrow, sitting in 17th right now. Going side by side with Omar, who is in 10th. Going back
right
to
here,
this
though,
fight.
it's.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, go ahead, partner. Sorry.
No, I'll let you take it. I've been talking.
Well, right now, what I find interesting is, like, we're used to seeing Tyler Honeycutt dominate, but of course, Tyler not being here, Donnie has done the dominating so far. And I just got to give a shout out, because all the way up to 8th place is lap. That is absolutely insane. I just had to point it out. My bad. But I mean, that to show how good Ghost Motorsports has been all year, and just to see a different driver be able to pull that off, whoa, right there, contact with Norris with the outside wall, that could have been dangerous.
Now, this is something that, you know, Ghost Motorsports has really been doing. Like you said, they've came in and they've dominated races. The only other team consistently able to really battle with them has been David Callahan Racing so far this season. Now, of course, Donnie Honeycutt trying to officially get his first win, as DCR's very own David Callahan was able to take it last week. Still fighting for second place right now. 51 of Piper, 82 of Norris. Norris not able to maneuver around Piper in any which way, shape, or form possible. And you've got to wonder what it's going to take for him to dig deep to be able to actually possibly get around, if he can get around him at all. Now, this little fight we're watching on our screen is slowly but surely pushing the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt even further away, as now they are almost separated by 9 total seconds. Now Norris looking to try to go on the inside, just couldn't hold it there on the 51, slides up on the track, unfortunately would not be able to gain anything there, as now he lost a lot of time having to regain it all in the draft, possibly at this point in time not able to make a maneuver to be able to pass him for position, and might just have to sit there and use draft. Norris goes low, tries it again.
Whoa. About to say, try to pull a slide job. Will he get it? He does off the exit of 4. There he goes. Norris back to P2.
What an incredible move. And that took him a while to get there. But well deserved there for him now. Having to keep that 51 at bay behind him.
Here he goes. He's going right back for it. Here comes that 51 of Piper. He's going to try to do the same thing. Diving to the bottom. Will he be able to get there? No, they're going to be side by side off the corner. Almost contact. Norris keeps it out of the wall.
Good Lord.
Sorry there, partner.
No, you're good. The concession stand gave me some dip, and I'm trying to get into it, but it's a little difficult.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is this, is that those guys are absolutely going crazy, and the whole time that those guys are going back and forth with each other, the only thing going through my mind was... Damn! Anyways. But, back here, of course, Piper... He's going to have to regroup, got into the outside wall, lost a bunch of time to Norris. He's going to have to regroup, reset, and get ready for whatever comes next, whether that's the white flag to the checkered or if there's another pit stop in this cycle. We're going to find out.
Well, looking right now on our board to see how many people possibly could be looking on fuel. We are at lap 148, about to finish that. At this point in time, Donnie Honeycutt, your leader, has pitted last at lap 110. DJ Norris sitting in second right now. Last pit stop was 111. Same with the 51 of Brock Piper just behind. In fourth place, the 46 of Brad Miner, last pitted at lap 110. So all of the top 4 pretty consistent as they've been so far throughout this night on their pit times. Now being at 141, still having about 40 more laps of racing to go. I'm sorry, lap 150, or at least 40 more laps of racing to go. I feel like we're going to have to see a pit stop soon. Brock Piper, the 51, in this time as well, as we're talking about it.
I hear Donnie Honeycutt. Oh, go ahead, partner.
I was going to say, I'm truthfully wondering if Honeycutt's going to go for the early pit strategy here, or if he's going to try to milk it out a little bit.
To be honest, if he has the gap, there's no reason to leave the racing surface. I'd run it out as far as I can.
I mean, an 8.3 second gap to the second place sitter right now of DJ Norris. All that time will get brought back pretty easily if he does pit at some point in time. But with the speed we've seen from him, it doesn't matter if he goes down. He's able to get it back as long as he has enough laps to do so. The question is, if he does have, say, another 20 laps in his tank and he can run that out, will he be able to reclaim that with that last 20 laps?
That's going to be a question that he's going to have to answer.
Now, seeing something we haven't seen so far tonight. Only 3 cars are on the lead lap. The leader, the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt. 82 of DJ Norris, who is now in pits. Almost spun out there. Almost got a speeding penalty, too. Had to lock up them brakes. Last car on lead lap at this point in time, the 46 of Brad Miner, who has just passed Norris to reclaim second position.
Right now, while these guys continue to... Oh, almost contact there. That almost ended up bad.
Still going pretty good right now. Throwing up on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, race analysis up to this point in time. 100 and, well, let's get the logo out the way, people. 191 laps, of course, for this race tonight. Recap of the race so far. Excuse me. So far up to this point in time, your leader, of course, Donnie Honeycutt. We've only had 4 cautions here tonight for 11 laps total, with only 3 lead changes. One of those being from Donnie Honeycutt to Callahan, and then as well as Omar Rodriguez. 22 into pits this time by Brad Miner, now looking to take this lead position. Or will he go in himself? Goes in himself as well. Now, DJ Norris is going to be the first person to get his lap back. Following who will be the new leader. Let's pay attention to when he gets to go. Now officially back on the lap, but he has a whole lot of track to still go around before he can call himself a leader. Donnie is still in pits, just got out of his stall, regaining on track. He's going to have a lot of run.
Yeah, I think Honeycutt's going to be way up to speed. He's got a lot of gap.
Honeycutt's still going to be comfortable, though, as he is on the freshest set of tires. A little bit fresher than Norris's.
You're looking at just under a 5-second gap. That's about to be, you're going to be banking on a caution if you're Norris right now.
Now, Norris could use that 23's air that's in front of him to kind of push him up to Honeycutt if he can. That's the biggest question. If they could both stay comfortable and in line, but the 82 is going to want to pass because he saw the speed difference between him and the 23 of Marino. Now looking to try to drive it away, almost under 4 seconds now. Still having to do a lot of damage control is the 82 of Norris.
Yeah, and right there, Norris trying to get it under 4 seconds. Not sure if he'll be able to do it, but right here with under 30 laps to go, partner, let's go ahead one last time. Let's take you ARN side by side here at the Tunnels to Towers Foundation 200. Let's go ahead and swap it over here to our side by side, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from the Tunnel to Towers Foundation 191. Sorry, boss. I had to make fun of you there. DJ Norris still sitting in second place right now. Donnie Honeycutt still has the lead at this point in time. That's what I get. And still 5.5 seconds back. That 82 sits has been trying to confidently get that lead to possibly get a win here before the end of season 1. Unfortunately, does not seem to wanting to go his way. If I could speak, that'd be great. Now, having to sit in second comfortably with the 51 of Piper, about 7 seconds behind him.
I'm just going to use the soundboard for the rest of the thing because I obviously can't freaking say nothing. Because both of us, see, you're picking on me for the same thing, and both of us are right now just like, I mean, everybody out in chat is probably thinking,
What did he say?
Like, I mean, it is horrible for both of us right now.
Hey, at least it's not momentum where I keep calling trucks cars. And speaking of momentum, new schedule on screen right now. Right time marker series, Wednesdays, 9:05 for the green flag. Momentum Racing right here on Twitch, Fridays at 11 p.m. for their green flag, and NARAS Cup Series, Saturdays at 9:30 EST on the NARAS YouTube page. If you cannot find it under the YouTube page in the top right corner, you can still look up Fisher Studios, and it should pop it up for you. "13 laps to go. At this point in time, it's cookie cutter, signed, sealed, delivered for Honeycutt, as long as there's no mischief somewhere on the track." I mean, Donnie deserves it. Donnie sat behind his son. I believe that was the 45 of Tyler Honeycutt. He sat behind him for a lot of races and watched his son get the victory. And of course, Donnie is a very wholesome man. He doesn't mind, getting that second or third place finish. But he has, I would say, rightfully earned this win tonight. It's something he has really, it's been elusive from him. 166 laps led.
Hold on now. Don't count your chickens before they hatch now.
Well, I'm not, but I'm just saying, he does deserve this win.
He does, but we got 10 laps to go, and you already commentated curse somebody today.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't curse Callahan. The 07 cursed Callahan.
No. It's still cursed. I was about to say, I'm going to make sure it's known.
But still, Donnie, one of our seasoned veterans here. First time in the ARCA series. But by God, George, he's got a bullet. And I'd love to see if Ghost Motorsports will keep their talents in ARCA next season, or if they will advance to the Truck Series in totality. Of course, Truck Series we will be calling as well going forward for next season.
Date and time to be determined. TBA, TBD.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think the day is determined. Time is the thing that is still up for grabs right now. But we will release all of that information at the same point in time when it is available to do so. 6 cars only on lead lap here with 6 to go. That is the 22 of Honeycutt in the lead, sniffing the 2 of Callahan's bumper. 82 of Norris sitting in second, 7 seconds back from the leader. 51 of Piper in third. 46 of Brad Miner in fourth. 04 of Logan Murray in fourth place. Fifth. No, I'm sorry. No. 04 of Logan Murray in fifth. His number threw me all off there. In sixth place, first person lap down that just got past the 2 car of Callahan. 79 of Warhol as well in eighth, just got past. Now looking to knock off the 04 and put him a lap down as well as the 22 of Honeycutt. 4 more laps to go past the line this time by. Donnie has shown incredible strength and speed tonight. Claimed the victory for the team. No, excuse me. His son has claimed the victories for the team all the way up until this point in time. I believe Miner has got himself 1 win. Last driver on the team looking to seal the deal here this season.
Right here coming around. He's got 3 laps to go. He's just praying the caution doesn't come out.
I would be too.
He's got 1 more lap to go. He's hoping this is the quickest lap of his life. 2 more corners. Official.
He just wants that white flag to be waved, and he will get it this time by.
Yep, here we go. One more time around here at the Tunnels to Towers 200 at Dover. Johnny Honeycutt leading 176 laps at 191 today. He has been searching for the ever-elusive win here in the Right Time ARCA Series, and it's going to happen here at Dover, Delaware. The Monster Mile's been tamed. It's Donnie Honeycutt picking up his first win of the season.
Second place finishing 82 of Norris. In third, you have the 51 of Piper. Brad Miner in the 46 in fourth. Murray in fifth. Callahan sixth. Warhol seventh. Rodriguez eighth. Wright 9. That is Gary Wright. And in 10th place, Thaddeus Friel Jr. Now, of course, we are not going to take a commercial break. We're going to shut our mouths for a few minutes and let this 22 burn her down. '22, Donnie Honeycutt takes the victory here tonight. Tunnel to Towers 191 for the Right Time ARCA Series. That is his first win of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere because we still have top 3 interviews to do. Of course, the 22 being one of them as well. But we are going to go to our third place finisher first. That being the 51 of Brock Piper. Brock, you there, boss?
I'm here.
So, pretty good night for you, I'd say, overall. Unfortunate you couldn't get the win, but definitely 2 positions higher than where you started. I would like to start off with, how did the track feel tonight for you?
You know, man, these ARCA cars are just super tight. I love this track, but man, they're pretty tricky when you get a long run going. When we obviously had a couple of those, so it was difficult to keep the tires on it, but hung in there. I didn't have the speed for Donnie. I mean, he was just wicked fast. But yeah, it was a good race. Happy with third.
Now, looking to your, I guess you would call it the rest of your season. Of course, no playoffs here. Excuse me. How are you feeling about the possibility of you getting your win before we wrap up season 1?
It's gonna be tough, man. If it was gonna happen, would have happened today. I'd say this is my favorite track. Um, I missed Bristol a couple weeks ago, so that's also one of my favorite tracks. But yeah, it's other than those two tracks, it's gonna be hard, I think, to beat Donnie. He's just so quick. Unless he has trouble, I mean.
Yeah, of course. Now, the biggest thing we were thinking in the booth was that rubber buildup on that high line. A lot of rubber buildup in the corners by the end of that race. Did that high line really get affected to where you guys couldn't run that high in the corners? Do you feel like that's kind of what led to a lot of the wrecks that happened tonight? Was that, rubber and debris on track?
Man, I don't know. I think it was just most of the wrecks were just tire offsets, where you had fast guys going around and it gets real tight off of two. I think this track, especially with the wind, you get wind pushing you out of two or out of four, and it just makes it so tight, especially on old tires. But yeah, I mean, I kind of moved around a little bit. I didn't have any good times passing on the outside. You kind of had to dive bomb down the inside going into the corner to get around. At least I did anyway. So it was tough, man. Hanging on to the tires. It's just super tight in these ARCA cars, but pulled through.
Now, looking at the points, I'm trying to figure out if this is the most accurate one. Yes, it is. You are currently sitting. Obviously, it's a little bit out of reach right now, but you're currently sitting in 18th in the points. Looking towards next season, now having almost this entire season on a wrap, touching a lot of tracks. Do you feel like you'll be able to get up into maybe the top 15 to the top 10, possibly put yourself in the top 5 in points?
Yeah, man, I think it's right there. I mean, I started off with, I think, 2 bad races this season. I think the first 2 I didn't even finish. And then, unfortunately, last week I got caught out by that update. Didn't make the race in time. So, I mean, a top 5 in points I feel like is doable. Just got to clean up mistakes and stay out of trouble. It gets hard sometimes at the beginning of the race. Everybody wants to get to the front, and it can get a little hectic. Like today, I wasn't sure when those cautions would stop. It was like after lap 30, I think us on the top 4 or top 5 didn't pit, and I was like wondering if that was the right decision. But ended up working on the strategy, so it all worked out.
Now, of course, before we let you go here for the night and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, do you have any shout-outs you would like to give to anybody?
Shout out to Jeffrey and these guys hosting this league. I mean, it's been I feel like we've been getting better as we go, so definitely like when we can do some long green flag runs like we had tonight. So just keep it on.
Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish. Hopefully you feel like it's out of wraps already, but hopefully we get to see you put yourself in victory lane before season 1 is completed and we start season 2.
Right on, man. Thanks for hosting these. You guys are doing great on the broadcast too. So
thank you. You're doing great on the track.
All right, we'll catch you later.
Yes, sir. And that was your 3rd place finisher, the 51 of Brock Piper. Seems like we're not going to have an interview with our second place finisher tonight of DJ Norris. Might have to touch base with him before the start of next week's race. But of course, the person that deserves the interview and has been waiting for this interview for a very long time, the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt. First off, I'd like to say congratulations on finally getting your win here. How are you feeling?
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. I feel pretty good. It took long enough, that's for sure.
You're right about that. I mean, qualified pretty good on a weekly basis. Average finish of about 3 each race. Behind your son, Tyler Honeycutt, who unfortunately is no longer with us in the league. Now putting you in P1 for points and now collecting this victory. How are you feeling about the racing here tonight?
I thought it was really good. I've seen a lot of improvement throughout the field of going back to our week 1 race of the season to now. I mean, it's a huge difference. Everybody's racing a whole lot cleaner, a whole lot better. So all the lap cars, for the most part, gave way to me really nicely. So yeah, I hate Tyler's not with us no more, but yeah, I'm do what I can and to keep on trying to get some good finishes here and finish the season off strong.
Now, it's been very elusive, as we've all known. We've asked you each week, when would it be? When would it be? Of course, thankfully, tonight was the night. Do you feel like when you set that pole time, you already kind of knew it was yours for the taking, or did you feel a little bit of that competition throughout the entirety of the race?
Yeah, no, I never feel like it's mine for the taking. Anything can happen in any race, so I don't ever count my chickens before they hatch. So yeah, qualifying was really good. Got the pole. I think that's my 5th pole of the season, if I'm not mistaken, but somewhere around there. But yeah, I had a good feeling. I ran some practice laps earlier today, some long runs. Felt really good on long runs. The track temp was a little different than what I ran earlier, but yeah, the longer you run, the tighter it got off exit. So you really had to back up your corners and be easy on the throttle coming off exit. Just make sure you don't get into the outside wall, which I did a couple of times. But all in all, worked out pretty good.
Now, you led almost 180 laps of this race here tonight. The biggest question is, how were those tires feeling? We saw a lot of marbles on that track pretty early on, and it only aggressively got worse. So obviously the tires were wearing tonight. How did that really, make you change your racing, or did you have to change your racing at all?
Yeah, I definitely had to back it up some. Which at the beginning of the run, I didn't run it real hard anyway. I was trying to take it easy on the tires at the beginning. That way, it wouldn't fall off as bad. It wouldn't push as bad later in the run. But yeah, it definitely wore the tires out pretty good on the long runs, and you definitely had to adjust for it.
Now, with this first victory, 5th pole set for you, points lead, how are we looking to come stronger in the rest of the season? I mean, of course, that's always the goal as a driver, but do you feel like you have that? Do you feel like you have another win kind of under your arm? Obviously, you said you don't count your chickens before you hatch, but I would like to kind of see, your insight on these next 4 races.
Yeah, if everything goes smoothly, no issues, I feel like I can get at least one more win. Like I said, we got 4 or 5 drivers here that's really stepped up the game, and they're running pretty good week in, week out. So any of those guys can win. I really excel more on the short tracks, anyway, anything from like a mile and less. I think we got North Wilkesboro coming up next. I'm hoping to be strong there if I stay out of trouble. But yeah, I feel like I at least hopefully get one more, maybe more. I don't know.
Now, of course, before we let you go and celebrate your first victory here on the night, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give to anybody watching?
Yeah, absolutely. My family, friends, watches all our races. My mom, my brother, let's see, Ghost Motorsports, my teammates. Bradley got a 4th place finish. I think that's his best finish of the season. So glad to see him get a good run there. all the guys that came out to race tonight, you for doing the broadcast, Jeffrey, Aaron, everybody that runs the leads, all the admins, it's doing a good job. So I just like to appreciate everything they're doing, and it just I think that's about it. Just looking forward to the next one.
Well, of course, it's finally been the night that we get to talk to Donnie Honeycutt as the winner. So, of course, congratulations to you, driver. Congratulations on the season that you've had so far leading up to this point. And I can't wait to see what these next 4 races and the next season have in store for not only you, but your team.
Yeah, man, me too. I appreciate it.
Of course. And that was your winner of the race, the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt. Now looking back to the rest of the finishing order here. First place, we had Donnie Honeycutt finally take his first victory in the Right Time ARCA Series. Then you had DJ Norris finishing in second, Brock Piper in third, Bradley Minor in fourth, Logan Murray in fifth, David Callahan in sixth, Matthew Warhol seventh, Rodriguez Jr. in eighth, Gary Wright in ninth, Friel Jr. in 10th. Rounding out your top 10, just outside was Aaron Wright in 11th, Jeffrey Bourne in 11th, Aaron Wright in 12th, John Marino in 13th, Chad Strollo in 14th, Kevin Dolphin 15th, Mickey Stewart 16th, Blake Sherrow in 17th, Cooper Liardi finished in 18th place. Brianna Laurent out earlier on the night, as well as that 07. Brianna finished in 19th place. Matt Behnke out for an earlier spin in 20th. Peyton Bass out as well earlier in the night in 21st. Rounding out all of the drivers that have touched his track. Gary Miller finishing in, I believe, 22nd, but did not start the race. Of course, a beautiful broadcast once again, as it always is here. And it's an unfortunate time of the night because it's where we do have to sign off. But once again, schedule on your screen at this point in time. You can catch us right back here for the Right Time ARCA Series on Twitch. Wednesdays at 9:05 p.m. EST is your green flag. Momentum Racing League's Truck Series right here on Twitch again. Fridays 11 p.m. EST, green flag. And on Nares Cup Series on the Nares YouTube channel on the top right-hand side of your screen. If you cannot find it under that, look up Fisher Studios. You will find it. Green flag, Saturdays, 9:30 p.m. EST, round of 8, currently this week. As always, it has been a pleasure to call these races on behalf of everybody from Right Time. We thank you for tuning in, whether it was live or the replay uploaded on YouTube. And on behalf of everyone from Asphalt Racing Network, we thank you for tuning in, and we hope to